A warm welcome to all of you on this 37th annual general meeting of Hind Aluminium Industries Limited. I sincerely wish that all of you and your family members are safe and healthy. I declare that the quorum is present to commence the proceedings of this company. Now I'll read my formal address to all shareholders. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me pleasure in extending a warm welcome to all of you to the 37th annual general meeting of your company. During financial year 23-24, total consolidated revenue of your company was 1,305.35 lakhs and net profit was 663.41 lakhs. The company did its best to minimize the adverse impact on the bottom line by streamlining all its overheads. The other comprehensive income for the year rupees 940.44 lakhs, which was due to share in profit from its associated company in Oman. The company's wind turbine generator and solar power plants with total generation capacity of 275 megawatts contributed to 114.73 lakhs in the total revenue of the company. During the financial year 23-24, aluminium division of the company at Silvassa and a subsidiary at Kenya were sold. The company is now debt-free. In Oman, the joint venture company Associated Industries Limited has a good quality product which is well accepted, and this will stable the operation contributing to a healthy performance. Your company plans to look for new opportunities to other line of business. Your company is looking at entering the EPC space in the electrical sector. In line with your company as bid for a substation and is quite hopeful of winning the bid. If this proves successful, it will open new line of work for the company in the coming years. The first quarter of the current financial year 24-25, the company has total income from wind turbine generators, solar power plants, and dividends aggregated to 106 lakhs net profit, and the net profit is 5 lakhs. Income from joint venture company for the quarter is 232 lakhs, totaling consolidated profit of 237 lakhs. On behalf of the board of directors and on your behalf, I would like to thank our commercial committed team of employees for their contribution. I place on record our appreciation of our clients, bankers, and investors for their unwavering trust. I also thank all members of the board, shareholders for their invaluable support and confidence. Now I request Ankita, our company secretary,
Keshav Garg had sent to us, and they're quite interrelated with all.
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, sorry, I think you need to mute yourself.
Yes, we are going to
Sorry,
continue
so all
with
I'm
the
just
VC. VC means video conferencing. Because many companies, all companies are doing that now. You know, they used to go physically at the AGMs. You know, physical.
Yeah.
Now they're continuing with the
Yeah,
VC.
let me.
Now the point is, there is no COVID. Why they are not doing physical AGMs? And and no need to meet shareholders personally. And only some join and become speakers.
Thank you, ma'am.
Some
Thank you.
continue with this VC. We are in Bangalore, we are here, we are abroad. As shareholders, we can join. They're in Calcutta. We can't come personally.
Yes.
So what we are saying, in that case, you put a facility for them on to talk. But we want to meet you all personally. Some shareholders say like that. But for me, this
Okay.
VC.
All right. Thank you. We've got your point. We will look at what we can do. Now, next, I just want to finish answering the questions which have been raised by Mr. Keshav Garg, and therefore he had sent us a full question. And
ma'am, can you please mute yourself so we can proceed further? Sir is addressing the questions.
Okay, let me just go ahead with the answering of the questions. So, Mr. Keshav, I'm specifically answering the email that you sent, and a lot of those questions are common to what you have asked again today. Your first point was what was your outlook for FY25 in terms of top line and bottom line? I think in terms of top line, we should be in the range of anywhere between 15 to 20 crores. And in terms of bottom line, I think we should be a PBT at around between 8 to 9 crores PBT. What was the rationale of selling our aluminum division and Silvassa and Kenya? Very honestly, there were certain bad quarters that we went through, and we realized that at this level of debt and at that level of working, it could be a challenge for us to continue doing that business, and therefore we took a call. The industry at that moment was not even very, COVID had struck in. There were a lot of challenges being faced, and we thought it would be prudent for us to take a call to ensure that we safeguard the interests of the company and its shareholders, and therefore in that interest we decided to close that business down to cut our losses to some extent, to reduce our debt, to reduce our interest burden. And the Kenya unit was actually linked to our India operation. So once we decided to close our India operation, naturally the Kenya operation on its own would have to close down because it could not be able to survive without the support of the Indian operation. So that had to go hand in hand. So therefore we were able to close both of them down. We have settled all the liabilities. We have closed everything. We have disposed the assets that we had in those companies, and that in turn has helped us clear all our debts. And today, as mentioned by the chairman, we are a debt-free company, and we also have some healthy investments. So all in all, the company is now back on a strong footing, there to take up challenges that may come in the future. What are the company's plans for the coming 2 to 3 years? So in that sense, I will say the immediate plan is, of course, to look at this EPC division. Now, in the EPC thing, I'm happy to announce to you that we have won the tender that we had bid for. The tender is from the Madhya Pradesh board, and it's a substation that we are going to be putting up in the state of MP. So we have almost 18 months to execute this job, but we are going to try and do it in 12 months. So that's the new line of work that we have started, and we are hoping that after we finish this project, depending on our experience, depending on our comfort, we would like to bid for other projects and expand in this line of work. So for the next 2-3 years, I feel that this is going to be our main focus area, and hopefully we will be able to grow this business to a reasonable amount of revenue, both top and bottom. So let's see how that goes. But this is what our plans for the next 2-3 years are. Acquisitions, no, we're not looking at any acquisitions in this space because we don't need to. We will be doing everything on our own. Existing line of businesses we have out. Existing means the lines that we had. We have closed down. We have sold it, so there are no plans of re-entering them. And the new line of businesses I've just mentioned to you. Now, as far as the JV is concerned, I think what you meant was Associated Industries Limited. We have a 65% stake. Sorry, not 65, a 32.5% stake in that company. This is a company based out of Oman, manufacturing calcine line, and this product goes primarily into the steel and the paper industry. So we have a stake in that, and you've seen the income that we are generating in terms of dividend from that investment that we have made. And for the investment that we made of roughly around 10.5 to 11 crores, we have already received dividends far in excess of that. So hopefully this trend will continue to a great extent. In the current year also, we're expecting good dividends, and therefore I think the investment will be more than justified in terms of the financial, should I say, from the financial point of view, the investment I think has done more than one would have expected out of it. What is the top and bottom line for FY25? I've already answered. What is the tax rate of this entity? This entity is actually in a tax-free zone, so there's no tax applicable there. However, when the dividend comes into India, there is a certain tax deducted at source at Oman, and we get a credit of that because of double taxation treaty in India. We get that credit out here, and we have to pay taxes as per the Indian law. Now, how do we plan to utilize certain, should I say, liquid funds that we have in our company? Well, it's primarily going to be, we will be very judicious in our approach. Of course, some of it will be used to implement this project that we are doing right now in the substation line of work. We will keep the rest of the revenue, as and when, if we ever need to deploy it for any other new opportunities that may come by or expand our operations in the EPC space. We will need those funds. So as of now, those are the plans to use it for our business going forward. the rationale for venturing into an electrical EPC space was primarily because to some extent we were involved in this industry in our conductor business. So we had an idea, the customers are similar, the style of selling is similar, it's the same tender style, you want to go execute the project. So to some extent we had some domain knowledge on the customer end. We have created the domain knowledge on the technical part of it. We got some people on board, and therefore I think it made sense for us to get into this business. Also, it's a very low capex business because you really don't have to put up a plant machinery and all for this. You can outsource most of the work, you have to buy most of the items. So it's a very asset-light model and something that, if it grows, can give healthy returns in that sense. In terms of competition in this, there's a lot of competitors. The really big ones are people like KEC, Kalpataru, even L&T and all these people. And there are several small people. I mean, you mentioned one name. I'm not sure. I'm sure there must be the techno part. I'm not fully aware of what they do or they don't do. But they could well be people who are doing something similar. What sort of margins we're expecting? I think to start off, because it was our first project, we have to be bid very competitively. But I still feel we should earn a gross margin at least 10%, if not more. And hopefully, as we grow and we get into more and more specialized areas, this margin should go up. I think that by and large takes care of mostly all your questions that were there. The cash surplus, competitors, revenue, etc. So I hope that takes care of all your queries. Mr. Anil Parekh, again, thank you very much for your kind words. Right now our main source of income right now is actually the revenue that we earn from power, which is wind and solar. We also have a healthy revenue which comes in from our dividend income. But now in this year, FY25, we hope that you will see revenues from our EPC division also coming in. And if everything goes well, we'll try and implement this project by March so that the entire revenue is captured in this financial year. So that's where we stand. Future plans, as I said, we want to grow this business, and depending on our experience, depending on the risk profile, we'll take calls as and when desired. So that's the plan as of now. We will always be open to looking at new opportunities, and if something comes by our way, which is good, and from an investor's point of view also giving good returns, we are in a fortunate position where we have no debt and we have a good cash position, so that we can look at investing in new businesses from that angle. So I hope this answers all your queries, and I hope that we will continue to receive your support and the encouragement that you give from year to year. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, MD sir. The board of directors has appointed